believe it. I just realized today that I have been quarantined for over 34 days this year. That means that over 1/12 of the year, I've been stuck inside. With everything that's happening in the world, I've realized lately that this traditional style filmmaking where we would travel around the world to get the shots, or that we would have very quick turnaround for projects, might just not be possible anymore. I know. We all want the world to go back just as we knew it. I mean, if you gotta quarantine every single time you travel to another country for an X amount of days, that's gonna make all your work trips exponentially longer, not to mention the price of traveling, staying in a hotel for the quarantine, COVID tests, all those things adds up. Can you imagine, while we were in Finland, I had to pay over $400 for one COVID test to travel to Portugal. That's a lot of money. We ended up spending more money on COVID tests than for flights. Let that sink in for a moment. By the way, how do you like these views? That's Toronto for you. Growing up in Toronto, I always underestimated just how big this city is. You know, growing up north of the border from the Americans, you know, you'd always think that all the American cities like New York and LA and Seattle, that they're all really big and massive, but I've actually heard or understood that Toronto is, I think, the 3rd or 4th largest city in North America. So good on you, Toronto. Really enjoy living in this city. All right, it's time to head to the office. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, but stay tuned because I might actually have the answer to the problem that we're all facing as filmmakers. Nah. Yes. I thought that by hiding a club soda in the Red Bull fridge would trick my brain into thinking that I'm getting a Red Bull, but I'm actually drinking a club soda. Healthy, small steps towards, better living. So, on my most recent quarantine, I was stuck inside for 14 days here in Canada, and I actually had a few client projects that I had to get done. But I couldn't go outside and go shoot some extra B-roll that I needed for the project. And I was literally just sitting inside my apartment, twiddling my thumbs, thinking, what in the world am I gonna do? And then I started thinking about stock footage. I started thinking, could I just use stock footage to finish the project? And at first I was like, ugh, stock footage, it's so cheesy and cringy and kind of just, it doesn't get you pumped to use stock footage to create a project. But then I remembered ArtGrid. I've used ArtGrid many times throughout the last year, but oftentimes I just forget how good it really is because of this past picture I have of what stock footage is like. But every time I go onto ArtGrid's website and check out their library of footage, I go, dang, I should use this way more often. If you guys haven't yet heard of ArtGrid, ArtGrid is actually the sponsor of this episode, and ArtGrid is a service that has thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of cinematically filmed clips. And we're not talking about that cheesy stock footage that back in the day people would sell on the internet. This is high quality footage filmed by legit cinematographers. And not only are they just filming one-off clips here and there, they're often filming in sequences, really keeping the editor in mind, allowing us to create story through those stock footage clips. So during my quarantine, I went onto ArtGrid's website, I downloaded a whole bunch of B-roll clips, and I really ended up spicing up my project. And in the end, the clients were so happy, which made me think a lot. Has the way of editing and creating projects for clients changed, especially in the midst of what's going on in the world? When it's just not possible to go and travel all around the world to get shots with quarantines and all these different restrictions, has the game changed? And now we should actually make use of services like ArtGrid a lot more. I personally am quite convinced that this is a really good option to go when you just don't have the resources or you're just not able to go out and film everything that you possibly need. Or even if you do go film some footage yourself, you can always get some additive footage from websites like ArtGrid to really make your project come whole. Now, I know at this point you're thinking, Teppo, this is a sponsored video by ArtGrid. You have to say these things. You're just saying this because you're getting paid. And yes, I am getting paid for this, but personally, I never do sponsored videos on this channel when it's for products or services that I don't believe in. I actually personally love ArtGrid myself, and just to prove to you guys how powerful ArtGrid really is, I thought that today I would challenge myself with a fun little challenge. I'm not gonna leave the office, I'm not gonna touch my camera, but I'm gonna make a full-on commercial ad for a potential client that would maybe potentially pay me thousands of dollars. That sounds pretty good, almost too good to be true. I know, it's true, but let me show you just how good ArtGrid is. And voila! Just like that, one afternoon spent downloading clips from ArtGrid, editing and piecing it together, and I have myself a cinematic commercial for potentially my new upcoming company called Presence App. Maybe I should make an app like that, I don't know. Something on my mind a lot lately, trying to figure out how to manage and not be on your phone as much, so maybe there could be an app out there that limits, that you can't go on your phone in the morning for a certain time. I don't know. There probably is something like that already out there, but that was my commercial, created without leaving the office, without touching a camera, all by just downloading clips from ArtGrid and editing the commercial all in one afternoon. And now, because I want you guys to experience as well just how amazing ArtGrid is actually hosting its very own Edit Challenge 2021. The winners of this contest are going to be receiving some amazing prizes. The total of all the prizes to be giving out at this contest is worth up to $75,000 from companies like Blackmagic, Nanlite, Zhiyun, BenQ, Rode Microphones, Rhino, Insta360, LumaCube, MZ, Maxon. The list goes on. There are so many amazing companies a part of this contest, and I would be really excited for one of you guys from my audience to win these prizes. In order for you guys to participate in the ArtGrid Edit Challenge, all you gotta do is go to my description, click the link that will go to the ArtGrid Challenge Kit, and that's gonna give you all the guidelines and rules for the contest and explain how to participate in the contest. Then you're gonna decide which genre you wanna be part of. You can do a movie trailer, a brand ad, or a music video. You're gonna go to ArtGrid's site, choose all the clips from ArtGrid and the music from Artlist, and then create your piece and submit it. And hopefully one of you guys will win. I'd be so stoked for you guys to get a Blackmagic or all the other crazy gear that's being given away in this contest. Wait a minute, maybe I should participate in this contest. ArtGrid, can I participate as well? I would love to get some of this gear. And to end off this video, I thought I would leave you guys with some inspiration. I'm gonna be actually showing you one of the winners from last year's contest. This video is from Connor Tukowski, and he did an amazing brand ad, all with just ArtGrid footage alone and music from Artlist. So enjoy, be inspired, and hopefully one of you guys will win this year's contest. That was pretty dang epic. I could see that being a commercial for Nike or something, and imagine that was all edited with just stock footage alone. Connor, amazing job. For all of you guys who are gonna participate in this year, let's raise the bar one step higher. All right guys, I'm out of here.